Om Shanti. Today Avkyat Mahavakya 18/12/1987. The deep definition of the Karmatit stage. Today, bodiless Bap Dada is seeing his elevated children who remain stable in the bodiless stage. Every Brahmin soul comes close to his perfect stage by having the elevated aim of becoming bodiless and Karmatit. Today Bap Dada was seeing to what extent each of you children has come close to the karmatit and bodiless stage, and to what extent you have followed Father Brahma and are still doing so. The aim of all you is to be close to the Father and become equal to Him. But you become number wise when it comes to doing this partially. You saw the physical example of Father Brahma staying in that body and yet remaining bodiless. That is Karmati. So, what is the speciality of becoming Karmati? Baba said, for as long as you still have that body and you are playing your part through your physical organs on this field of action, you cannot stop performing actions for even a second. Karmatit means to be beyond the bondage of karma while performing actions. A bondage is one thing and a relationship is something else. To enter a relationship of karma through the physical organs is a different matter from being tied in a bondage of karma. Karmic bondage makes you dependent on the limited fruit of karma. The word dependent proves that you are depending on someone. Those who depend on others become those who wander around like ghosts. What is the condition of a human being whom an evil soul has entered? He just wanders around under someone else's control. In the same way, if you are controlled by your actions, that is, if you are controlled by the desires of the perceivable fruit of karma, then that karma will tie you in some bondage and continue to make you wonder with your intellect. That is called the bondage of karma that causes you distract and others too. Karmatit means someone who is not dependent on karma, but someone who enters a relationship with the physical organ as their master, as an authority, someone who is detached from temporary desire and who makes the physical organ act. Let the action not make the soul, the master dependent, but let the soul, the one with right, enable the organ to continue to perform actions. When physical organs attract you, it means you are controlled by your actions. You are dependent and tied in bondage. Karmatit means to be beyond this. That is to be detached from this. It is the work of the eyes to see, but who is it that enables the eyes to perform the act of seeing? The eyes perform the action, but it is the soul that enables that action to perform. So, when the soul that enables an action to be performed becomes dependent on the physical organs that perform the action, that is called a bondage of karma. When you become one who enables actions to be performed or makes action happen, it is called entering a relationship of karma. A karmati soul enters a relationship but it is not tied in bondage. Sometimes you say, I didn't want to say that, but I just said it. I didn't want to do that, but I just did it. Such a soul is said to be a soul who is controlled by a bondage of karma. Would such a soul be said to be close or far from the karmati stage? Karmatit means to be beyond, that is, separate from any bondage of the body, bodily relations, materials, and lokic and alaukic relationships. Although the word used is relationship, bodily relationships or relationships with physical relatives, if there is any dependency on the body or the relatives, then that relationships to become a bondage. The word relationship is one that gives you lovely and unique experience. The relationships of all souls today have changed into bondages, where relationships have taken on the form of bondages. Those bondages continue to cause distract in one way or another. It will make them experience waves of sorrow or unhappiness. Although having all temporary attainments, they would experience the happiness of those attainments temporarily. Along with that happiness, one minute they will experience being embodiments or attainment, and the next minute, although having all attainments, they will experience the stage of lack of attainment. Although full and overflowing, they will feel themselves to be empty. Although having everything, they will continue to experience that they need something else, where souls constantly want something. There can never be any containment. It will not be possible for their minds, their bodies, or everyone else to remain constantly happy at all times. They will constantly be upset with themselves or with others due to one thing or another, even against their consequence, which become because to be upset means that they have not understood the significance of this. It means that they have not understood the significance of being one who has the right to make their physical organs act. So they would then be upset, would they not? Those who are karmatit will never get upset because they know the significance of the relationship of karma and the bondage of karma. Perform actions not while being dependent, but as one who has a right as a master karmatit, means one who is free from any bondage of his karmic account or past karma. If even there is some illness of the body due to the karmic account of some past karma, or if the sanskars of the self are in conflict with the sanskar of the other souls, someone who is karmatit would not be controlled by any suffering of karma, but as its master would enable that account to be settled. To settle the suffering of karma as a karma yogi is a sign of becoming karmati. With yoga, with a smile, change the suffering of karma from a curificus to a throne and burn it. That is, finish the suffering of the karma. Let it not take on any form of a disease when it becomes some form of disease. That one would constantly continue to speak of it as a disease. He would speak about it in his own mind and also through his lips. Secondly, because of it being the form of a disease, he himself will be distressed and will also make other distressed. Such a soul will cry out, whereas someone who is karmatit will manage. Some people have only a little pain and they cry out a lot, whereas others have a lot of pain and yet they manage. Because someone with a karmati stage is a master of his body, even though he is suffering from his karma, he will have the practice of being detached. Every now and then, the experience of the body less stage will take him beyond his illness, just as when someone in pain is made unconscious with the facilities of science so that his pain is forgotten and he doesn't feel that pain due to the dousy effect of that drug. Similarly, because someone in his karmati stage has the practice of being detached, he has this spiritual injection every now and again. Then through this He experiences the crucifix to be a throne. Another thing, by following the Father, he receives special blessing from the Father's heart as the visual fruit of being especially obedient, firstly, their own practice of being bodiless, and secondly, the blessing from the Father as a result of their being obedient. Change the illness, that is the suffering of karma, from a crucifix into a throne. An elevated karmati soul will change the suffering of karma with his stage of karma yoga. So, do you experience this, or do you feel it is a very big thing? Is it easy or difficult, Baba's asking? To make a small thing big or to make a big thing small depends on your own stage. To be distressed or to maintain the honor of being a master depends on you. What has happened or whatever happened is good depends on you. This faith can change bad into good because due to your settling your karmic accounts and taking up practical paper from time to time. According to the drama, something will come in front of you in a form which is good. However, at the other time, some things would be good, but externally they would come in the form of loss. You would refer to this and say, it wasn't good that it was like that. Even now, situations will come and they will continue to come in that form. But behind the certain of loss, benefit is hidden. The external certain would appear to be one of loss. If you were to be patient for a little while and have a tolerant stage see everything with see everything with introversion, you would be able to see what is hidden behind the external curtain, and even while seeing the apparent from, you wouldn't see it. You are holy swans, are you not? Since those swans can separate stone from jewels, they then holy swans would take the hidden benefit. They would find the benefit, admit the loss. Do you understand? You quickly get afraid, and so what happens then? Whatever you had through thought was good also changes when you are afraid. So do not be afraid when you see the action. Do not become trapped in any bondage that action. What happened? How did it happen? It shouldn't happen like that. Why does it always happen to me? It's just my fortune that is like that. You continue to tie strings like this. These thoughts are strings. This is how you bind yourself in the bondage of karma. Waste thoughts are the stable strings of the bondage of karma. And karmati souls would say, whatever happens is good. I am good, the father is good, and the drama too is good. These thoughts work like scissors to cut any bondage. Once the bondages are cut, you become karmatit. Do you not? Because of being children of the benefactor father, every second of the confluence age is benevolent at every second. Your business is to bring benefit, your service is to bring benefit. The occupation of Brahmins is of world transformers, world benefiters for souls whose intellects have such faith. Every moment is definitely beneficial. Do you understand? There are lot more definitions in the language for karmatit, just as the physio- philosophy of karma is deep, so the definition of the karmatit stage is also very great. And it is essential to become karmatit. Without becoming karmatit, you cannot go back with the Father. Who will go back with the Father? Those who are equal. You saw Father Brahma and how he achieved his karmati stage To follow him in becoming Karmatit means to become worthy to go back with the Father. Enough said for today. Just check this much now, and then Baba will tell you more. Acha. To all those who remain stable in the stage of having a right, to those who change any bondage of karma into a relationship, or of karma, to those who change the suffering of karma into a karma, yoga stage and change a crucifix into a throne, to those who bring benefit at every second, to those who experience being close to the Karmati stage like Father Brahma, to such special souls, Bap Dada love, remembrance, and namaste. Thank you so much, Pyare Baba. Thank you so much.